Good Morning San Antonio starts right now.
Good morning. It's 6 a.m. on this Sunday, October 13th. Sarah, it is still very warm outside.
Oh my goodness, yes. But you know, with the latest forecast data coming in, the cool down this week will be noticeable. It just might not be as cool as some people want. Okay. Yeah, but before that, we got to challenge record heat. So let's go ahead and look outside with temperatures. It's in the 60s in San Antonio now. It's 68 in New Braunfels, 66 in Pleasanton. If you live in the Hill Country, good morning. It's 55 in Kerrville and 56 in Hondo. A little bit cooler in the Hill Country out there this morning, and that's because humidity is a little lower up there in the Hill Country. And as we look at your Sunday forecast, total sunshine, 94 for the high, and like yesterday, the humidity will come down in the afternoon and in the evening hours. It'll be 84 by 9 p.m. Okay, take a look at the next 7 days. Tomorrow, we're going to challenge a record of 95, but we do cool down somewhat by the middle of the upcoming week. We're going to be looking at afternoons in the 80s around San Antonio. Coming up in the forecast, I've got a look at what that'll do to your morning lows in just a few minutes. Sarah.
Sarah, thank you. 1 week, that's how long it's been since anyone has seen Suzanne Clark Simpson. These pictures of her were given to us by her close friends, hoping that they'll help anyone remember if they saw her. Suzanne was last seen on October 6th, leaving her home with her husband, Brad Simpson. He's currently in jail on charges of assault, bodily injury, and unlawful restraint. So we're told that even if he makes his $2 million bond payment, he could be taken into federal custody. So far, he hasn't helped police find his wife.
He still has not cooperated. We would love for him to give us some information because we're searching for her. The children have reached out and we're cooperating with them to try to get as much help as we can. Obviously, these 4 kids miss their mom, and so we're doing everything we can.
DPS is now asking for anyone who may have seen this truck. This is Brad's black GMC at a Ford pickup truck a GMC pickup truck, 4x4 truck, early on October 7th or around 11 p.m. on October 8th, to please come forward. The truck's license plate on your screen there, it is MWD-7050. And again, if you have any information that could help police find Suzanne, you're asked to call the Almost Park Police Department. That number is 210-822-2000. In light of this case, many nonprofits want anyone in a similar situation to know that there are resources available to domestic violence survivors. And yesterday, Big Mama Safe House and other nonprofits came together for the Purple Hearts for Healing Together resource fair. Organizers say breaking the often generational cycle of domestic violence in our community starts with breaking the stigma around talking about it.
Growing up in a family that, you just go to school but don't say anything. We know that the police were here last night, but don't talk about it. Breaking that stigma.
So if you or someone you know is experiencing domestic violence, you can scan the QR code on your screen right now. It'll take you to a list of resources that can help you out of a dangerous situation. And meanwhile, Bexar County Sheriff's deputies and animal control are investigating after another dog bit a 2-year-old child. So this happened just before 8 this evening on Rimrock Springs. That's near Old FM 471. That's in far west Bexar County. Investigators say the toddler reached out to touch a cane corso that was leashed, and it bit the child in the face. The child was taken to the hospital with cuts on his face and mouth. Right now, we don't know the condition of the child or if the dog's owner will face any charges for the incident. An arrest has been made in regards to a shooting that happened back in May. 28-year-old Darius Denson has been charged with the murder of 28-year-old Darius Gonzalez. So this happened on May 3rd at an apartment complex on Pipers Creek Street near Culebra Road. According to police, the victim, Gonzalez, and a woman, were leaving Denson's apartment when someone fired shots at their car. Gonzalez was hit several times and died. An affidavit states the woman had been in an argument with Denson and called Gonzalez, her ex-boyfriend, to come pick her up. A witness said he overheard Denson and another man talking about the shooting and wanting to leave Texas. Police obtained a search warrant and found a gun with the same caliber as the ammunition that was found on the scene. Well, as the 2024 presidential election approaches, the candidates are focusing on key battleground states that could decide the outcome. And former president held events in Nevada and California, while the vice president is in North Carolina ahead of a rally later today. Here's ABC's Johnny Fernandez with the latest on the 2024 race for the White House.
As the election approaches, candidates have been primarily focused on battleground states. But Saturday evening, former President Trump held a rally in Coachella, California, a predominantly blue state.
I stand before you today in the heart of the majestic Coachella Valley to declare that the Republican Party will always put America first.
Earlier in the day, Trump hosted a roundtable with Hispanic voters, repeating rhetoric that immigrants are taking away jobs from Hispanic and Latino members of the community.
But it's being taken away from you by them because of the border, because people are going to come in and they're going to take your job, and that's what they're doing.
But government data shows that people who are in the country illegally are not taking away jobs from citizens. Vice President Harris traveled to battleground North Carolina Saturday, a state where she and Trump are tied among voters.
The voters have a choice between what we are offering, which is to look to the future of America and invest in the American people, or a Donald Trump who is constantly trying to take us backward.
In Raleigh, Harris packed boxes of personal care products for victims of Hurricane Helene at a local restaurant. Later today, Harris will hold a rally in Greenville. Johnny Fernandez, ABC News, New York.
607 and 69 degrees, a local nonprofit is making their mission to keep kids from dropping out of school. We'll tell you how they're motivating the next generation. And we'll have all the football highlights from the Clásico Regio game that happened last night at the Alamo Dome. 69 degrees outside right now. Oh, the heat, it's still kind of lingering around, but Sarah Spivey says, hey, there is a glimmer of hope with a slight cool front heading our way this week. She'll explain that when we come back. Welcome back. And I know on social media, Sarah, people are like, oh my gosh, we're getting a cold front. We're getting a cold front. I'm calling it a coolish.
I like that.
Front.
Coolish front. Let's call it that. Or cooler than what we're dealing with now.
Yeah.
Front, for sure. Take a look at the high temperatures across the nation today. It's expected to be 94 here in San Antonio, but even up toward Dallas, close to 100 degrees. There's a lot going on in Dallas right now. They got the state fair going on. A lot of people are going to be dealing with nearly triple-digit weather. But you can see that there will be some cooler air across the nation, mainly across the northern tier and the northeast tier. High temperatures in the 50s in Detroit, in the Dakotas, in parts of Minnesota as well. This is that cold core of air that we've been talking about. Originates from Canada, but it is going to mainly stay to the east of Texas. We are going to get grazed by some cooler air, but really that chill in the air that some folks are going to be feeling as far south as Atlanta or Mississippi, it's just going to kind of skirt us to the east. So what does that mean? Well, first of all, I want to tell you about when we usually see cooler temperatures. On average, our first day with a high at or below 80 is September 17th. So we're almost a whole month behind when we usually see a high temperature in the 70s. And the latest that happened was in October 24th of 2015, the latest first 80-degree day. Well, what about mornings? On average, our morning low at or below 60 degrees happens by September 25th. So we're delayed there as well, with the latest cool morning in the 50s being October 19th, 2007. Keep that date in mind, October 19th. That's Saturday of this upcoming week. But as we look at high temperatures in the upcoming week, tomorrow we're going to be challenging a record. But by Wednesday, our highs are going to come down into the mid 80s. So that's about a 10-degree temperature drop. Remember those mornings? Well, we could potentially see a morning below 60 degrees for the first time this season by Thursday, the 17th. When was the latest? The 19th. So only 2 days shy of the latest on record to see our first morning below 60 degrees. Yeah, we are pretty warm for this time of year. And even though it's going to feel nice to have that cooler weather, it's just not that crisp, cool fall air that we usually see by now. As we take a look at temperatures this morning, it's only in the 50s in the hill country, 58 in Bandera, 55 in Kerrville. Hondo, good morning. It's 55 degrees, but it's 15 degrees warmer in San Antonio. It's near 70 degrees in San Antonio, and that's because there's noticeably more humidity around San Antonio this morning. Dew points are in the upper 60s, while in the hill country, dew points are in the 40s, which is pretty dry. Now, even though we're starting off humid right now, we are going to be looking at humidity lowering throughout the day today, a lot like yesterday. 83 around noon, and then low humidity in the afternoon when we're the hottest. 94 for the high in San Antonio, but take a look at these highs elsewhere. Austin could be flirting with the triple digits today. 96 in Fredericksburg, 99 in Del Rio, 99 in Cotulla, and 95 in Freer. Record challenging heat tomorrow with a forecast high of 95, and the record for the day is 95. And then a little bit more cloud cover, slightly cooler weather. We're still going to be warmer than average, but I am looking forward to at least a 10-degree temperature drop, Sarah.
Hey, we got a 50 back on there.
Yeah, 59.
Barely.
Yeah, and hey, guess what? People did see that comet that I was talking about yesterday.
Oh,
I've
cool.
got some pictures from viewers of the comet and how you can see it again tonight.
Very cool.
Yeah.
Thank you, Sarah. 614 and 69 degrees. Okay, it was a good day for the Longhorns and a rough one for the Sooners. Still ahead, we have a recap of yesterday's Red River rivalry game. And preventing students from dropping out of school, that's the mission of one local nonprofit. We'll introduce you to SA Youth next.
Let's take a look at your lotto numbers. Your pick 3 is 376, Fireball 0. Daily 4, 3936, Fireball 6. And your cash 5 is 578, 2233.
Texas Lotto 14, 20, 23, 30, 42, 45. And Powerball 5, 14, 20, 41, 57, Powerball 6, Power Play 3. Good luck. Try to wrap your head around this. Every day in the U.S., 7,000 kids quit school. It's pretty scary, right?
Wow, it happens all the time in San Antonio, which is why one group is working to change these students' outcomes. And as Avery Everett tells us, they've been doing it now for 40 years.
Everybody comes with a story.
For the hundreds of faces that fill these halls, SA Youth is a second chance.
It's a safe space for them.
This organization gives educational opportunities to San Antonio's young people. And now, in 2024, this team is celebrating 40 years of service.
What does that mean for SA Youth?
Man, it's exciting. It's exciting to think, knowing the challenges that we have faced, with funding and building changes and the need for more space. It's exciting to see where we're going.
A future that is only happening because of strong foundations. SA Youth started in 1984 as an after-school care program. Now, 4 decades later, that program still stands, and the team has added student cohorts for diploma recovery and workforce development.
Many of the students come to us with a lot of trauma in their lives that has kind of stopped their brain from allowing them to make connections that need to be made.
What are the biggest misconceptions with these kids?
That they're lazy and unmotivated. It's not true at all.
Right now, cohorts run on a 4-month cycle, and each is filled with more than 30 students ranging from the age of 16 to 24. But Maria Benavides, the president and CEO of SA Youth, says wait lists stack up in the triple digits.
We provide a safe space for kids to come and get a quality education. And once they're safe and they're fed, then we can start talking to them about algebra.
When you walk into this place and you meet with our employees, you just get the sense of love that they exude.
40 years is no easy feat, but SA Youth says its work here is far from finished. Avery Everett, KSAT 12 News.
620 and 69 degrees. Coming up, the Red rivalry game is over, and not everyone was happy about the outcome. We'll have the recap next. The Red River Rivalry 2024 in the books, and while not everyone is pleased with the outcome, there was plenty of excitement. So out to the Cotton Bowl we go. The Sooners looking to take down the #1 team in the land. Oklahoma's Tyler Keltner drills a 42-yarder to get on the board first. Then in the second quarter, Quinn Ewers moving to his right, looks back across the field for Gunnar Helm, who breaks a tackle and dives in the end zone. Man, look at that dive. Later in the quarter, handoff to Quintrevion Wisner. He sits a Sooner down with the move, but fumbles the ball. Ooh, just before the goal, Silas Bolden jumps on it for the touchdown. I watched that live. That was exciting. As Texas would dominate this one 34-3, much of the dismay to the OU fans. Meanwhile, over at the Alamo Dome, the iconic Clásico Regio, the rivalry between the Tigres and the Rayados, went down last night. First half, Tigres on the move, across into the box, and Nico Ibanez, who is the leader, who with the header to the low corner, getting the fans fired up in just 15 minutes. Rayados answered back in the 41st minute. Lucas Ocampos with the rebound header, a lot of headers, to knot it all up at 1 goal apiece. Then in the second half, Tigres trying to keep out, but a pass right in the front of Roberto de Rosa gives the Rayados the lead, and it would stay that way, 2-1. The Rayados with the win. So if you like one of those jerseys that you just saw, you can snag one that is signed. KSAT is giving away a framed jersey that is signed by the Tigres, one of the UANL players. And right now you can enter to win until October 16th at 11:59 p.m. So scan that QR code on your screen for more information on our website at ksat.com. Sarah, did you watch the OU game?
I did. I watched the first half.
Okay.
And it was pretty back and forth the first half, but then in the second half, as you know, UT kind of just dominated there. I know that they had a friendly bet going on here in the evening shows. Courtney Friedman, a huge UT fan, some of our producers, and Azaria was actually...
Is she an OU girl?
OU girl. So I think Courtney posted their bet on Instagram.
Very cool.
Azaria had to eat some humble pie there.
You know, it happens.
It does. And hey, I think we've got a bet coming up for the Aggies in the UT game at the end of November.
It's Thanksgiving, right? Back to the tradition.
Yep, we shall see.
Very.
Never underestimate a rivalry. You never know what can happen.
UT #1.
They are #1.
Tough.
But we're ranked too. They've got two quarterbacks. They've got 2 quarterbacks. We've got 2 quarterbacks. Anything can happen.
All right. 627, 69 degrees. Moms who have lost their children to fentanyl poisoning have turned their pain into action. So how they're spreading awareness of the drug in our community, that's next.
And calling all future entrepreneurs, learn how you can get your business off the ground during a startup next week.
Good morning. It's 6:30 on this Sunday, October 13th. Thank you so much for waking up with us. And I'm sorry that it's so hot outside still.
Yeah, but hey, at least the mornings have been pretty nice, even though it's a little humid. And we've got some good news in the forecast, Sarah. There is going to be about a 10-degree cool down in the week ahead. I want to start, though, with a look outside with live cam. It's near 70 degrees, San Antonio, New Braunfels, and Del Rio. Although in Del Rio, the humidity is much lower than in San Antonio. Lower humidity also in the hill country, too. Take a look at Kerrville, 54, but a dew point of only 48. All right, we are going to quickly warm today. Take a look at these highs. By noon, it's going to be 83. Afternoon, 94, 10 degrees above the average of 84. And I want you to take a moment and I want you to look at your screen. All right, here we've got a picture from KSAT Connect. This is last night. There's Venus, and all the way to the right of Venus, that's that comet that we've been talking about that is possible to see at dusk. From today through the 18th of October, which is Friday. And so we would love to see your pictures on KSAT Connect. You can look west right around 40 minutes after sunset, which is 7:05 today. Look just above the horizon to the right of Venus. And throughout the upcoming week, that comet will be visible a little bit higher in the sky. Binoculars do help, and also looking through your phone helps too. The technology in your phone can see the light a little bit better. So send in those pictures to KSAT Connect. We'd love to see them. This week's headlines: the afternoons are going to cool into the 80s by the middle of the week, and the mornings will be near 60s, but 50s are possible. Any rain? Well, we've got the smallest of chances by the weekend. These details coming up. Sarah.
Sarah, thank you. New this morning, 3 people, including 2 children, were injured last night after being hit by a car. This happening on the city's southeast side. So police tell us this happened around midnight along Shane Road and via Main Road. That's near the so-called haunted tracks. They say a family was holding a vigil for a family member who had died in an accident a few years ago when a driver missed a turn and ran over the feet of the 2 children and hit an adult woman. Luckily, all injuries are non-life-threatening, and the driver is being investigated for possibly driving under the influence. Well, fentanyl poisoning is now the leading cause of death for Americans ages 18 to 45, and that's a stat that the families of overdose victims want to reverse. So just a couple years ago, fentanyl was only killing 200 Americans a day, and the numbers are rising. That's why Angel Moms, a group of mothers who've lost children to fentanyl, created the first ever fentanyl awareness walk in Texas, Souls Walking for Souls. This year's event will include a 1-mile walk, a candlelight vigil, and training on using Narcan, a drug that can reverse the effects of an opioid overdose. So this walk is happening this afternoon at the Green Line Trail, and it starts at 4:30. Governor Abbott is slated to be at the event, and you can learn more about it by scanning this QR code on the screen. Well, Floridians are hard at work this morning trying to pick up the pieces of homes and businesses destroyed by Hurricane Milton. Nearly 1 million people along the state's west coast are without power, and flooding remains an issue. Governor Ron DeSantis announced yesterday that public fuel sites will be set up to provide gas to those who can't get any. Meanwhile, the federal agencies say they will stay on the ground for as long as the recovery takes. And links to private documents hacked from inside the Trump campaign were blocked on social media platform X. So sources say this came after the Trump campaign had a conversation with X officials about the hacked material. So Ken Klipperstein, an independent journalist who published the documents, said his account was permanently banned. Reporters from Politico, New York Times, and Washington Post said they had also received emails offering private documents from inside the Trump campaign. All 3 outlets said they chose not to publish the material. Well, San Antonio's Startup Week is back starting next week, and this year's there is a new way to win big. So each day of the event has a different theme focused on investing not just money, but also time and resources to help startups. So Thrive in the City, one of the main goals of this year is breaking up the perception that local entrepreneurs need to go elsewhere to find that support and that funding.
I'd love to start my startup or my company here, but it's really hard to get investment money in San Antonio. I should go to Austin, I should go to Dallas, I should go to Houston. So how do we really change that narrative? So we decided to theme the entire conference all around investment.
A new addition this year is the Pitch It to Win It street pitch competition. Anyone can join by finding the Geekdom team at various locations around town, pitching their business idea, posting it on social media. The pitch with the most likes wins $1,000 that day. That's just the beginning. And if you like pitches, what about attending a startup boot camp?
There's a lot of opportunities, but definitely sign up for Startup Boot Camp if you want to kind of practice getting your pitch going. And if you're still just totally new, come listen to some of the talks, and that will kind of get your ideas flowing. You'll meet some folks in the community, and then.
For more established startups, there are larger pitch competitions with events focused on Latino entrepreneurs, women-led businesses, and more. San Antonio's Startup Week aims to support the full spectrum of the city's business community. Startup Week kicks off this Monday and runs through Friday with events open to the public and is 100% free to attend, but you need to register. For a full schedule and register, just head to sw.com. It is 6:37 and 69 degrees. Still ahead on GMSA, the spooky season. Perfect time to rewatch your favorite horror flicks. SA Live's John Maher goes over some of the most popular spooky movies in just a bit. Living with arthritis is hard, but imagine having arthritis as a child. Oh my gosh. We'll introduce you to the teen dealing with arthritis and the message she wants to spread. We're kind of in this Groundhog's Day, like repeat, like 90s, but it gets down to like the 60-ish, still a little humid, but there's still some dry air out there. I don't know, there's no clouds in the sky, but Sarah Spivey says 10-degree temperature drop coming our way this week. She'll tell us when.
Patton Taylor tells us she doesn't really remember a time when she was not hurting.
I remember brief snippets of playing t-ball with my friends, but then those memories get shattered because I couldn't run the bases because I hurt so bad.
Patton was about 5 years old when that happened. She remembers hitting the ball, but she says she just could not run.
I couldn't even stand back up. The coaches had to come out and carry me back to the dugout.
Coach goes like, nobody touched her, nobody did anything. And we looked at her knee and it looked like a softball. He went and did x-rays and I'm thinking we're just gonna come home. She broke something, we'll go home with a cute little cast and we'll be done. No, there were several doctors out there looking. It took them forever to come back in.
Patton's mother, Jill Taylor, said at the time they didn't know what was wrong. But months later, after being referred to a pediatric rheumatologist, Patton was diagnosed with severe arthritis.
I can't sit up. I do all my schoolwork in bed. I am icing my back all the time.
And for Patton, living with arthritis has been especially difficult because many times the medications wouldn't work for her. And when they did work, she faced other challenges.
The thing I was dreading the most was the side effects, because I'd be out all weekend, I'd get invited to sleepovers, I couldn't do anything because I felt so horrible.
It hurts sometimes just to walk because she has it in every joint in her feet. One time she told me it feels like glass. She's stepping on glass all the time, every time she takes a step.
Jill tells us that Patton has already had 3 knee surgeries, has to get steroid shots every 6 months, and she's getting her jaw joints replaced in December. Patton says she's hoping someday there will be better medications for other kids going through this.
I know life is always so scary and it's not always fun, but I try to do my best and say it can always be worse.
Well, Patton and Jill tell us the Arthritis Foundation has served as a resource for them. So if you're dealing with chronic pain and would like information and resources and support groups, you can go to arthritis.org.
Great advice there. Now, as for our weather, we are going to see some changes this week. They're not going to be dramatic changes, but they will be noticeable.
Take a change.
Yeah, I know. At this point, let's change up the weather because it's pretty much been, like you said, Sarah, Groundhog Day every single day. The weather's been pretty much the same. It's near 70 degrees in San Antonio, 68 in New Braunfels. It's 62 in Pleasanton and 70 in Cotulla. Good morning across the hill country. It's in the 50s. It's impressive to see temperatures some 15 to 20 degrees cooler than San Antonio, just a few miles away. The reason for that is because humidity is low in the hill country. Take a look at these dew points. Dew point temperatures are in the 40s up in the hill country. 46 is the dew point temperature in Del Rio. So that is pretty dry air. Meanwhile, pretty muggy around San Antonio. It's pretty much split right along I-35 there. But as we look ahead to the future in the afternoon, humidity is going to come down for everybody. And so even though we're going to be warm today, the humidity will be low when we're the warmest. 76 degrees around noon. It'll be 83. We're going to have southwest winds 5 to 10 miles per hour today and a high temperature of 94. Will quickly cool in the evening hours. All right, today's high is forecast at 94. 94 is an important number. When we look at October days where the high has been at or above 94 so far this year, this October, we've had 8. This is a list of the top 5 years with the most October days at 94 or above. we are blowing it out of the water. We've pretty much doubled the amount of 94-degree days from last year, and we could potentially reach number 9 today, number 10 tomorrow. But there is colder air up across Canada, and that cold air is going to really sink across the eastern portion of the United States this week. It's going to kind of just graze Texas and San Antonio, so we're really not going to be seeing that cold core of air right overhead. It will just be a little bit cooler around San Antonio. On top of that, we've got the smallest of chances for rain. There's going to be a couple of low pressure systems that graze Texas as well. And so we'll be looking at about a 20% chance for a few isolated showers by the end of the week. We put it all together for you in the 7-day, 94 today, 95 tomorrow. That will likely tie a record. We could potentially break that record too. That record set back in 2015. And then by Wednesday, that's when we notice the temperature drop by about 10 degrees in the afternoon. So highs in the 80s. Mornings could potentially get into the upper 50s by Thursday morning. And then there's only a small chance for a few showers on Friday and Saturday. In spite of that small rain chance, even if you do happen to get some rain on Friday and Saturday, it's really not going to help our drought situation by any means. We really need a good soaking of rainfall. Sarah, you were saying your husband was mowing the lawn yesterday and it was just a bit of a dirt pit or something.
It's just a dirt pit. It looks like Mars.
Oh my gosh, yeah. A lot of people's grass is brown, and before you know it, it'll go dormant for the winter months too. So
sad dirt patch. Waiting for winter. Maybe we get some lushness back there again.
We'll see.
Thank you, Sarah. It's 6:47, 69 degrees. All right, it's horror movie season, and movie guy John Marr takes a look at some of the most popular flicks to watch this spooky season. That's October is the month of horror. The KSAT staff shared their top picks for scary movies. I wasn't asked about this, were you?
Oh, no, I wasn't. But SA Live's resident film enthusiast, John Marr, breaks down these freaky flicks.
I'm your resident film enthusiast, John Marr. October is the month for horror movies, and today I'm breaking down our staff's pick for their favorite scary movies. Also, we thought it would be fun if I was a floating head for this.
Okay, Rob, what is your favorite scary movie?
Probably, I like scary movies. I like a lot of them. Probably, I'd say Insidious.
Great pick, Rob. Insidious is a 2010 supernatural horror film directed by James Wan and written by Lee Winnell. And it stars Patrick Wilson and Rose Byrne. The story centers on a married couple whose boy inexplicably enters a comatose state and becomes a vessel for a variety of demonic entities.
It's not the house that's haunted. It's your son.
The film is followed by 2 sequels, Insidious Chapter 2 and Insidious The Red Door, plus 2 prequels, Insidious Chapter 3 and Insidious The Last Key. Creepy. On the scary movie scale, we are giving this one 5 screams out of 5 screams.
I don't even know if it's a scary movie, but The Elephant Man.
Next, The Elephant Man is a 1980 biopic loosely based on the life of Joseph Merrick, referred to as John Merrick in the film. He's a severely deformed man with something like Proteus syndrome, who lived in London in the late 19th century. The film was directed by David Lynch and was shot in black and white. I've also heard that Mel Brooks had a large part in the producing of this movie. This movie is beautiful and deeply sad.
I am not an animal. Freak hunting. This is monsters.
On the scary movie scale, we are giving this 3 out of 5 screams because the scariest part of this movie is the harsh reality of living in society.
I don't think this qualifies as a horror movie, but it creeps me out every time I watch it. But it's a really great film, and it's The Silence of the Lambs, directed by the great Jonathan Demme.
Our director Jeff knows his movies. Silence of the Lambs is a 1991 psychological horror thriller adapted from Thomas Harris's 1988 novel of the same name. It stars Jodie Foster as Clarice Starling, a young FBI trainee who is hunting a serial killer named Buffalo Bill, who skins his female victims. To catch him, she seeks the advice of an imprisoned Hannibal Lecter, played by Anthony Hopkins, who is a brilliant psychiatrist and cannibalistic serial killer.
Thank you, Clarice.
That scene with the night vision goggles was terrifying. Put the lotion in the basket because we're giving this movie 5 screams out of 5 screams on the scary movie scale.
Steven, what's your favorite scary movie?
That would be Stephen King's It, the original.
This is not to be confused with the 2017 film version. This is a 1990 two-part psychological horror drama miniseries adapted from Stephen King's 1986 novel of the same name. Tim Curry is brilliant, and I hate clowns, so we're giving this 5 screams out of 5 screams on the scary movie scale.
Saw 1.
Saw is a horror franchise created by Australian filmmakers James Wan and Lee Winnell, just like Insidious. 2 men find themselves on opposite sides of a dead body, each with specific instructions to kill the other or face the consequences. The series revolves around the fictional serial killer John Jigsaw Kramer and his apprentices. You saw this coming. We're giving this 5 out of 5 screams.
It's gonna be Hocus Pocus.
Aw, sweet, sweet Jada. If only the rest of the world had your heart.
Are you broads a little old to be trick-or-treating?
All right, sisters, 'tis time. On the scary movie scale, we are giving this a half a scream out of 5 screams because, let's be honest, the scariest thing about this is Bette Midler.
Yes?
What's your favorite scary movie?
As above, so below.
It is presented as found footage of a documentary crew's experience exploring the catacombs of Paris and is loosely based on the 9 circles of hell from Dante's 14th century poem Divine Comedy. We are giving this 5 out of 5 screams.
All right, Diana, so what's your favorite scary movie?
Army of Darkness.
Army of Darkness is a 1992 dark fantasy comedy directed, co-written, and co-edited by Sam Raimi. The film is the 3rd installment in the Evil Dead series and the sequel to Evil Dead 2.
Do you have like a thing for Bruce Campbell?
You know what? I love Bruce Campbell so very much.
Groovy.
It follows Ash Williams, played by Bruce Campbell, as he is trapped in the Middle Ages and battles the undead in his quest to return to the present. Moments in this movie did scare me when I was younger, but it also had me dying of laughter. On the scary movie scale, we are giving this one 3 out of 5 screams and 1 laughing face.
I don't know if you're a big enough fan.
The Exorcist.
The Exorcist is one of the most profitable horror movies ever made and is loosely based on actual events. When a mysterious entity possesses a young girl, she starts acting odd, levitating, speaking in tongues. We all know how puberty goes. Her mother seeks the help of 2 Catholic priests to save her life. On the scary movie scale, we are giving this 5 out of 5 screams with an additional ghosty emoji. Aw, look how cute that is. That's it for our staff's top picks for scary movies. I'm John Marr. Stay scared out there.
I don't like scary movies. Those are all they're too scary. Sarah Spivey likes scary movies.
I like them. I don't like gore movies, but I like other scary movies. And mine, I'm just going to float on Sarah's shoulder here. Mine right now is The Witch.
That, I couldn't watch it.
Robert Eggers.
2 minutes in, nope, turned it off.
It's maybe not great for Sunday.
No,
but
really not. All right, make sure to head to KSAT.com for everything you need to know about SA
that QR
Live.
Code.
All right, it is 6:56 and 69 degrees. We'll be right back.
All right, outside right now, temperatures barely in the 60s. We're seeing the first light of the day there off on the horizon, but it's still pretty dark outside. Temperatures close to the dew points. It's humid around San Antonio, but we are going to be looking at humidity coming down this afternoon. High temperature today is 94, but take a look at what happens over the next several days. 95 tomorrow, that is going to be close to a record. In fact, the record for the day is 95, but then we see highs come down into the 80s by the middle of the week. We'll have mornings in right near 60 degrees, so there is some fall-like change right around the corner. It's just not maybe as chilly as some folks would like it this time of year.
I will take any change at this time.
Me too. It is way too hot outside.
Okay, great. Thank you, Sarah. Hey, coming up is Good Morning America. We'll be back here at 8 a.m.